Hi, my fellow Americans, from both the far left, the far right, and all in between. You know what this video is going to be about. The heading told you that. Yes, it is abortion. The Republicans are for pro-life. The life of the infant is important to us. The Democrats are for pro-choice. That's an issue for women. That's important to them, to give them the choice. When President Bush, when there became a vacancy on the Supreme Court, President Bush is the one who sent the people up there, the judges, to be put on the Supreme Court. The vetting process was very bitter, as you know. Of course, the Democrats don't want a pro-lifer. They don't want Roe versus Wade overturned. It's understandable. That's their position. The Republicans want it overturned. What I'm suggesting, let's make history. Let's start a new process. How? Let each major party put forth a candidate of their choice. You know the Republicans are going to put a pro-lifer. You know the Democrats are going to put a pro-choicer. Let's keep the debate on either of the issue of abortion out of the debate of who would make a great Supreme Court justice. Let's vet it on just the issues. If you don't like the issues of one or another, get rid of them. Don't put them on the Supreme Court. Each party can nominate until one of each party has a representative. Then here's how we decide it. And it is very simple. We flip a coin and let God make the decision. Does that mean because the Bible is against abortion, that God is going to be a pro-lifer in there? No. In my opinion, not necessary. Look at what is happening to our country right now. God is being taken out of everything. So God might say, okay, I'm going to continue it. Or yes, he might put a pro-lifer in there. Will Roe versus Wade be overturned? Yes or no? I don't know. Nobody knows. But at least one thing is sure. It will not divide our country as it has in the past on who will sit on the Supreme Court. Let's go and take that issue off the table. That is my solution. That is the solution I sent to Barack Obama to offer to Senator McCain at this September 26th debate. He chose not to. Why? I don't know. Was he afraid his faith is that weak of the God he serves? He's afraid to offer something like that? I think it would have been a great offering to the Republicans, and vice versa. Remember, I am a Republican. I offered it to a Democrat to introduce it. That was my compromise to do it. Now I'm going to put that video out there. I hope everybody would listen to it and ask them what would their position be on this issue. I'd love to know what excuse Barack Obama will give for not doing it. And to be fair, what Senator McCain would do not to do it. What are they be afraid of? They both claim to be Christians. Yes, both claim to be Christians. Let's put their feet to the fire on this one issue. Now, there's another issue I will explain here. That's the death penalty. Where I come from, in the state of New Jersey, they just did away with it because they said it's too controversial and it takes too long. How about an interesting solution to that problem as well? Let's get the politics out of it. How do we do that? Very simple. We set up a new Supreme Court that handles only the death penalty issue. We assign up to 2 to 3 judges from each state that has the death penalty to that court. It will be their job to go over all the information and the facts of the case before them, before they make a decision. Once they make that decision, it goes back to the state and it must be carried out. No governor can hold up an execution anymore. They can also recommend to take a certain person off the death penalty and give him life in prison. Just those simple parameters. We say that the death penalty is not fair. We say it takes too long. Some states, keep people in prison for, 15, 20 years through appeal after appeal. Florida has one appeal, then the person's put to death. Is that fair too, or not? Here's what I'm saying about mine. There'll be one appeal in a state just like Florida. It will be decided if a new trial is necessary. If not, that all things were fair and equal throughout the case, then it would go to this new court. They will sit down and decide the fate of the person who it is. Remember, a murderer killing in Pennsylvania, or a young person being killed in Pennsylvania, or whatever, could wind up being the president of this country. Who knows what his life would have been? Every life is precious that a murderer takes. So that's my compromise position, if you want to call it that. Let's set up a court that handles it, so that every time we don't change a government in a state, that process changes. One governor commuted 200 sentences against the will of the people. That would never happen again under this program. To do it, they all must agree, whoever sends people to this court, that this is the way it would go. Then it takes it out of the governor's hands, and in a sense, out of his conscience, whether he's whether he's pro-life or death. That ends that issue. What about this solution? Do you like this? Ask the candidates. See what they think of this solution. Remember, by doing it through my court system, saves time, saves money. That can be used for people who cannot afford fuel for the wintertime in the cold, or food. Yet these people stay in prison for 20 years, and guards have to guard them and get paid $30,000, $40,000 a year for those years, 20, 30, 40 years in there. That money can be spent better somewhere else. And also under this court system, it would be fair for these people, because they can go back to the states and say, I want a better trial for this man. So there's a lot of things that can be done by having a new court system in our country, just to handle the death penalty issue. Nothing more. Again, I want to thank you for listening to my two compromise positions on two issues that are dividing America apart. Yes, right now, the economy is on the minds of people. Even Iraq is put on hold, so to speak. But these are two issues that still divide our country. Let's end it by using these two solutions. Again, I thank you for listening to this video.